Hello and welcome back to Through the Trapdoor. I'm Emily.
And I'm Katie.
And this is our podcast where we read you Harry Potter fan fiction.
That is what we do.
Yes.
And we already shut the door so we will not be attacked by dogs.
Because, we're learning. For our regular listeners, the episode did not go up on Saturday, and I'm very sorry. I thought it loaded. It said everything was fine. And then Tori texted us and was like,
Did you guys post an episode? I don't want to wait to listen to the story. And we're like, whoa, oops. And we posted it. So shout out to Tori for looking out for us.
Yep. Because, on our low streaming service, whatever you want to call it, it said that everything was fine. It uploaded. It was great. And then Saturday morning I woke up and, I could see, the Facebook post that always goes up and all that. So I didn't even think twice about it.
Right. And I didn't either because I also saw the Facebook post and everything and the tweet and everything. I was like, cool, great.
Yeah. We're good to go.
No, we weren't.
Nope. For some reason, the audio track did not load with everything else I posted.
So it went up yesterday for us. So Tuesday?
Tuesday, yeah, it went up Tuesday for us.
Yeah, I am so sorry. I work retail. I have no idea what day of the week it is, what even month it is, because when Tori texted me, I looked at my app and I went, yeah, it's there. No, it wasn't. I just didn't know what day of the week it was.
I honestly can't tell you either, because today was the first day I went to work after 6 days off because of Thanksgiving and then a gigantic snowstorm where we got 25 inches of snow.
So much snow, but it was a nice way to kickstart December.
It was. All right, well, shall we read some more about Christmas?
We should, if this is Christmas. Part 2.
Ooh. The Christmas feast passed rather uneventfully. A miracle, considering all the Marauders had been there, but their display in the Gryffindor common room appeared to have worn them out, and they seemed content to just sit and eat, and eat, and eat.
I'm sorry, were the Weasleys there?
Remus wasn't there, though Lily thought that was strange. When she asked Melody about it later, she had just shrugged and said Remus had gone home for a family emergency, but he'd be back in a week. His family emergency was he turned into a werewolf.
At the Shrieking Shack.
Lily and Mimi stayed up late that night, talking and giggling about nothing in particular. Around 1 o'clock or so, they fell asleep in big beanbag chairs by the fire.
The Ravenclaw common room has beanbag chairs?
Also, why are they by the fire? That seems like a fire hazard.
I hate beanbag chairs, to be honest. I always have. I don't think they're comfortable.
I like the really, really ridiculously big ones.
That's the only ones that are acceptable, are the gigantic ones. But then those aren't true beanbag chairs. They're usually filled with fluff.
Mm-hmm.
So they're more comfortable because they're sturdier.
Or they're some combination of materials.
Right.
Mimi woke up suddenly around 3 o'clock. Woke Lily up, dragged her up to bed. Lily noticed as she was falling asleep for the second time what a lovely full moon that there was outside. Okay, so how in the world do you do this? James asked, sitting on a table rather than any of the 12 empty chairs situated around it.
Sounds like me. I'd rather sit on a table most of the time.
Yeah.
You're higher up. As a short person, it's very nice.
Sometimes you just need to be on something else.
Yeah, that's not a chair.
Yeah.
I get it.
It's not that hard, Lily said, and I don't see why you're still having trouble with it. I've already given all of you lessons at least twice. James shrugged. So I wasn't paying attention. So what? I still need your help. Lily rolled her eyes. Yeah, right. You probably have the Marauders hiding in here somewhere waiting to play a trick on me. James put on a mask of innocence. Would I do something like that? Lily glared at him. Okay, he said, holding up his hands in defeat. So I would. But I didn't this time. You know why? You're on hallucinogens? James glared. Okay. You aren't on hallucinogens. Go on, Lily said rather impatiently. Because I really need to learn this charm. Lily rolled her eyes. Fine. Have it your way. Let the lesson begin. Lily stomped back into MHQ an hour later, looking furious. James was rolling on the floor, laughing his head off. "You are not supposed to use that spell on humans," Lily yelled at him, her face red. "And if you ever do that to me again, I will curse you from here until doomsday." At this point, Lily looked so angry, James stopped laughing. "And no more lessons for anything ever again," Lily screamed, and then grabbed her wand and left, ignoring James' pitiful apologies and swearing to never talk to that git again. "I hate him," Lily said, shaking her head. "I've never hated anyone before, but I swear I hate him." "Don't," Melody begged. "Don't hate him. You shouldn't hate anybody. Come on, Lily. It was just a joke. At my expense, after he promised he wasn't going to pull a prank on me. I can't trust him. He was never really my friend anyway, so what difference does it make?" "It's a big difference, Lily. Come on, he's really a good guy. You've just got to give him a chance." "Why should I? I mean, I'm a Ravenclaw, he's a Gryffindor. We don't have any classes together. We'd never see each other. I don't think I'd even be helping the Marauders with anything." "Look, Melody, you are my best friend. If you ever need help with something, I will help you. But for no reason will I ever talk to James again. Except when you become head boy and girl in 2 years." "Oh, please, Melody, stop saying that. I am not going to be head girl." Why is she arguing that and not James is not going to be head boy?
Because James would not be head boy. He wasn't even a prefect in actual canon. Was Lily head girl though? Now I have to search. I'm gonna go on Harry Potter Wiki. I'll find out. Give me a mo.
I've read so much fan fiction, I could have sworn that he was in fact a prefect. But wasn't it Remus?
Remus was the prefect, yeah.
Yeah.
Remus was the Gryffindor. Actually, Lily was, I think, the Gryffindor prefect.
Melody snorted. "Yeah, right," she said, rolling her eyes. "That's what you've been saying about becoming a prefect too, and look what happened. I mean, honestly, Lily, the only reason you had for not becoming a prefect was you got a 99 on one of your exams. Oh dear, what a shame," Melody said sarcastically.
Lily Evans was head girl.
She was?
She was.
Look at her. "Well, it was an easy exam. I should have gotten over 100. Melody rolled her eyes again. "Lily, the only people, and I mean the only people who scored higher than you on that exam were James Potter and Sirius Black, and that's only because they are the best Transfiguration students in the school. And even though they kicked your arse in that one exam, you still came out on top in our class. James was second and Sirius was third, and now we are all prefects." We are all. What?
First of all, Melody, you can't be a prefect. Oh, no, Melody could be a prefect. But James and Sirius could not be prefects.
Who knows? We're just going to keep
Where's
going.
Remus?
He's at home with a family emergency.
Ugh.
You know exactly where to check the prefect list for the top prefect standing. Right now, you and James are tied, so you can't tell me that you're not going to be head boy and head girl in 2 years. "You can't say that," Lily said, blushing. "Things change. Maybe you'll get head girl."
Yeah, no.
Melody laughed. "That's funny, Lily. It really is. But you know that's never going to happen. Professor Thorne hates me too much. He'll never give me high marks for anything. I'll be lucky to scrape by." "Whatever. This is beside the point." "What was the point again?" Melody asked, trying to remember what they had originally been talking about. "I don't remember."
That you hate James and you shouldn't.
Melody remembered, but she didn't say anything. Maybe if she got Lily to forget what they were talking about, she'd forget she hated James. Me either. James tried to talk to Lily the next day in the hall. partly to apologize and partly to talk her into something, but she wouldn't have it. She didn't say one word to him and stared straight ahead and acted as though he wasn't there. When she saw Amos Diggory in the hallway, she called out to him and waved, then slung her arm through his and steered him down the hallway, blabbering on about something, leaving James quite astounded. Lily and Amos Diggory? Well, this was a new development.
Completely forgot they were going on a Hogsmeade date.
He didn't want Lily to hate him. It was just a stupid, harmless prank. Stupid is right, he muttered to himself, head hung, scuffing his shoe on the floor, taking one last glance at Lily and Amos, and walking away dejectedly. Lily took one last glance behind her at James and saw him hang his head, scuff his shoe. She felt a small tinge of guilt and bit her lip, wondering if maybe she should. No! She couldn't forgive him. It wasn't right. He had been such an Feeling a new wave of frustration and rage, she turned her head back and kept flirting with Amos, pushing James completely out of her mind, and at the same time hoping he was enjoying the show. Ah, Lily cried as 3 more owls swooped into her dorm, each carrying a present. Lily already knew from who. She grabbed the vase of yellow roses, the singing card, the box of chocolates, and then shooed the owls out. She set the yellow roses down on Mimi's bedside table, stuffed the chocolates and the singing card into her bottomless bag, which already had 6 boxes of chocolates and 6 singing cards in it. She looked around the room at all the vases of roses. There were 2 on her bedside table, 3 on the counter by the mirror all the girls used to put on makeup in the morning, and there was 1 on the windowsill of the window across from her bed. She sighed and went around the room, watering her roses again. She wondered if someone could cut off owl delivery from a single person. Or not. She decided probably not. She sat down on her bed and sighed. So what if James was sorry? Chocolates, cards, and several dozen roses were not going to solve the problem. Frustrated and confused, Lily grabbed her bottomless bag and pulled out a box of chocolates. She practically tore it open and started eating mercilessly, not caring what the little map on the lid said. If she bit into a chocolate and didn't like it, just about everything with nuts, Lily hated nuts. She threw it at the wall.
First of all, he got you the good chocolates with the map.
Those are my favorite.
Those are the best.
Unless they're C's chocolates and then they don't come labeled because you customize your box.
Right. But a custom box without labels, the person who gave it to you knows your favorites, knows that you know that whatever you pick up from one of those custom boxes
It's going to be delicious.
It's going to be what you want.
Mm-hmm.
For like me, it would be all caramels and like vanilla or like strawberry or orange cream. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
But like no coconut, no nuts, because yes, like Lily, I also hate nuts. It's a texture thing. Because I love peanut butter.
I don't like nuts in most things.
No, but like nut butters, love them.
Yes.
Nut creams, all for it.
Yep.
Almond flavored things,
Yes.
yum. Give me an almond, blah.
I have a hard time trusting people who put nuts in like cookies or brownies. And like they don't think to tell you beforehand and like you pick one up and you go to eat it and then there's nuts inside and you're like, blah, blah, blah.
I know, like when you go and you pick up a brownie and you're like, brownie, and then you bite it and it's full of walnuts.
You're like, what is this garbage?
Why did you do this to me? Why did you ruin the texture of a brownie with walnuts?
Or like, why didn't you at least like warn me and be like, oh, there's walnuts in there?
I did once bite into a brownie though that was full of cream cheese. I wasn't mad about that.
No, that's very different. It's very different.
I was not mad about the cream cheese filled brownie.
No. Nuts, however, make me angry when they're in foods that they shouldn't be in.
Or like when you pick up an oatmeal cookie and you're like, yes, chocolate chip oatmeal, and it's raisins.
That's probably the most disappointed I ever am in food, is when it's like, looks like a chocolate chip cookie and you're like, yes, chocolate chip cookie. And then you bite into it and it's raisins. And I hate raisins with such a passion.
Literally hate raisins.
They are the worst.
I love grapes.
Love grapes.
Hate raisins.
Raisins are gross.
So bad.
The texture is just, it freaks me out, and then they don't taste like anything good.
No, and they're...
I'm sorry if you like raisins or nuts. Please stop listening to our podcast.
Nick loves chocolate-covered raisins. I don't get it.
Chocolate-covered raisins are different than just plain raisins.
I'm not a fan.
Because I can eat chocolate-covered raisins, because, I mean, they're mostly just chocolate.
But I think that has something to do with my aversion to gummy things.
Yeah.
Because I can't eat gummy bears, gummy worms, no thank you. Fruit snacks, nope. They smell so good. Cannot deal with the texture.
Yeah. Yeah. I like the gummy orange slices because they have a different texture than...
I understand what you're saying. I feel that in my soul because the ones that have the sugar crystals,
Yep.
those are actually delicious.
Yep.
I feel that deep in my soul, just like Gushers have a different gummy kind of texture, and I can eat
Yes.
Gushers.
Yep. Gushers have a different texture than regular. The worst textured gummies, those stupid gummy sharks with the like white on the bottom.
Right, because you want them to be so good because they feel like the same texture of the orange slice, but then you bite into them. Nope!
They're like foamy textured.
It's terrible.
Ugh.
And I don't understand the people who can eat the gummy foods, like the gummy pizzas and the gummy,
Crappy Patties.
no thank you. Yeah. That's a hard pass for me. Hard pass.
Well, today we're passionate about gummy foods.
We didn't have a passion last week, so it's fine.
We saved it up for you, apparently.
I don't know where we are.
Yeah, right.
Honestly.
Honestly, she thought as she found a really good coconut-filled chocolate.
Ah!
I feel like it depends on the texture. If it's like a coconut cream, okay.
I know, but I'm allergic to coconut.
Oh yeah, don't eat it. He acts like my boyfriend or something. All the hassle with none of the perks. Well, except the chocolate. Just then Mimi and Melody burst in. Lily, James is going... Melody began, but she was cut off when she saw Lily throwing a cashew chocolate at the wall and all the roses situated around the room. Oh my god, he really has gone crazy.
First of all, you can have all the boyfriend perks if you want them. Clearly!
Yeah. Though I do get it because James, and his pranks and...
Yeah, I'd be pissed too.
Yeah. Who said they were from James? Lily said, throwing another chocolate at the wall. She said the word James with disgust, almost as though she was mocking him. Lily, Mimi cried, wrenching the box of chocolates out of Lily's hand before she could throw another chocolate at the wall. Get a hold of yourself! Lily didn't respond. She just glared at the wall and dug another box of chocolates out of the bag. Mimi snatched that box away before Lily could even attempt to open it.
Also rude.
Yeah. Though she was just throwing the chocolate at the wall, so...
Only the nut ones.
But still, you shouldn't throw chocolate at the wall. Somebody has to pick that up later.
She can disappear them. She's a talented transfiguration student.
True.
Wave of her wand, poof, they're gone.
I should probably just make them appear on James's bed, to be honest.
Yes. Is that just a fan fiction thing? People disappearing things and then reappearing in other places? I don't think that was a canon thing.
No, I think it is.
I don't know. I don't remember. I'll tell you when I'm in the middle of my reread, which
Okay.
I'm going to start actually in January.
There you go. And Melody grabbed the bottomless bag. All right, if James didn't send this stuff to you, then who did? Nobody, Lily said, crossing her arms and pouting. Nobody, huh? Yeah, he's a good boyfriend. I dated him for a while when I was about 13, Melody said, and started digging through the bag. No, don't, Lily said. Why? Melody asked, looking up interested. It's embarrassing, Lily said, snatching the bag back. Don't go digging out another box of chocolates, Mimi said. I won't. Give me those, she said, pointing at the 2 boxes Mimi was holding. Why? Mimi asked warily. Because I want to put them back in the bag. Just chill. Mimi cautiously handed the boxes over, and Lily grabbed them and shoved them into her bag, and then threw it under her bed. So who really gave the flowers to you? Melody asked as Lily cleaned up the chocolates that had been thrown against the wall.
See? Good person. It's Lily, future head girl.
True.
See, I would also chuck them knowing that I could just disappear them later.
True, I probably would be more prone to do it if yeah.
And then I just go, poof, gone.
Yep.
Because again, we want magic to do mundane things.
True.
My dishes? Great. Vacuum my floors? Yes, please.
Clean up my spilled chocolate I checked at the wall? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Do all of my laundry? Oh my god, laundry that folds itself? Ugh. We have weird passions for magic.
Yes, we do.
So many possibilities. I want to clean the house.
Melody asked as Lily went to clean up the chocolates that had been thrown against the wall. She picked up a vase and examined it, looking for a card. There was none. Disappointed, she set it back down. Lily sighed as she banished the chocolates to a wastebasket. James, she said miserably, cleaning off the caramel and chocolate spots on her wall with a cleaning spell.
Bitch, you threw caramel at the wall?
You eat that.
No! You relished over coconut, but threw caramel.
I don't understand.
But gave James Milk Duds for Christmas.
I got upset when he didn't know what they were. Maybe it had nuts in it.
Like a Snickers without the nougat?
Yeah. Because I've gotten those before in boxes of chocolates, and they're weird.
They are, because you're like, caramel! Because do you also smush them a little bit before you bite them?
Mm-hmm.
Like any sane person does
You
without a
want to know
mouth.
what's in it.
If you get one of those boxes that you smush a little, you're like, yes, caramel, and then you bite it, you're like, oh!
Oh, there's nuts in here.
All right. Fair. I'll accept.
Mimi and Melody traded knowing looks. Talk to him, they said in unison. Why? Lily asked, flopping down onto her bed. I don't want to. Because, Melody said, kneeling down next to Lily's bed. He's sorry. That's got to count for something, doesn't it? Lily sighed. I don't know, she said, sounding miserable. I mean, on the one hand, I hate his guts. On the other, it wasn't as though she didn't have anything to say. No, it looked more like she actually had something nice to say and just didn't really want to. Well, on the other, he can actually be a nice guy, Lily finally blurted out. Ah, see? He's not that bad, Melody said, leaning away from the bed and smiling, crossing her arms in satisfaction. I told you you had a crush on him, Mimi said, laughing. Lily's mouth dropped open. You do? Melody said, half serious, half joking. Lily's face turned red. Mimi, I'm gonna kill you. You know that's not true. She threw a pillow at her friend. Mimi laughed and threw it back. Thus, the pillow fight of the century broke out.
Did a man write this? Pillow fights don't happen.
Also, it's just 3 of them. It's not the pillow fight of the century.
Also, pillow fights don't happen.
Not really, no.
Never.
Mm-mm.
I've never been involved in one. This is some weird teen movie fantasy.
Yep.
That's never happened. Not even one time.
I mean, I've hit people with pillows before, but it never, resulted in a pillow fight.
I've full-on whacked people with pillows.
Yeah.
Never gotten into a pillow fight. Also, pillows are rather heavy.
Surprisingly, yes.
They actually can inflict some damage.
Yeah. James, stop sending me flowers, Lily yelled. James turned around in the hallway and looked shocked and pleased all at the same time. So you got them then? Of course I got them. Do you know how long it takes me to water all those roses? Lily demanded, hands on hips, but looking rather good-natured nonetheless.
Did he send her rose bushes or vases of flowers?
I think just vases of flowers.
Is it vases of flowers or vases? Is it the same thing?
I think it's the same thing. James looked rather sheepish. I was just trying to get your attention. You have it. Now, is there something you want to say? Well, first of all, I'd like to say that I never have to buy another box of chocolates ever again, even when we're married and have kids, because you love me so much, right? James asked, smiling cheesily. Lily groaned. James, don't jinx me. I'm getting to the point where I can't even stand being in the same room with you. James smiled and shrugged. Sorry, Anyway, yeah, there's actually something I wanted to say. I'm sorry. He got down on his knees and looked at her with doe eyes. Will you, pretty please, be my bestest friend? He asked in a little kid voice. Lily laughed. Get up, she said, shaking her head. James got up. Now, I don't know about the bestest, but I guess I can kind of be your friend. Kind of? James asked, raising an eyebrow. Now, what is a kind of friend? Lily sighed. Okay, you got me, she said, smiling and holding up her hands in defeat. I'll be your friend. Your regular old friend. But any more pranks from you, and it is war. James hugged her and laughed. Don't forget, Lily Flower, the last time we had a war, I defeated you with blue bubbles. Lily tried to give him a sour look, but smiled instead. She stuck her tongue out at him, and he just laughed. So mature, Lily, he said, slinging an arm over her shoulders. Like you have room to speak, she laughed and shrugged him off. Hey, James, Lily asked as a thought popped into her head. What? James asked. Have you ever seen The Wizard of Oz? Wizard of Oz? Who's he? Where's that? He's not in our History of Magic book, is he? Lily laughed and shook her head. Guess not, but oh well. I'm going to do something crazy anyway. She linked her arm through his. What are you doing? Just work with me, okay? Lily asked as she started skipping down the hallway. We're off to see the wonderful Wizard of Oz.
Because of the wonderful things he does. It's literally one of my favorite movies.
All right.
Of all time. First movie I remember ever watching, actually sitting down and watching the whole movie. Watched it at my grandparents' house the same day I stepped on a bee.
Oh.
Only time I've ever been stung by a bee was when I stepped on a dead one.
I like that it wasn't alive.
No, I stepped on a dead bee inside a house in barefoot.
Inside a house.
Yep. And then I watched The Wizard of Oz and ate an ice cream pop.
All right.
And then I think I also watched E.T. that same week. Also at my grandparents' house. First two movies I vividly remember sitting down and watching.
Alrighty then.
Weird things. Childhood memories for you guys.
Lily, we need your help, James whined. No.
No.
Why? He whined some more. Stop whining. I'm not going to help you.
Are we talking to them? I'm sorry.
That's what it sounds like. But we need your help to be brilliant, James said dramatically. I doubt that. You just want to drag me into this for the sake of dragging me into this. No, of course not. Lily, He cut off, seeing the look on her face. Okay, maybe just a little bit for the sake of it, he admitted. But really, it'd be fun. No, I'm not helping you. Oh, come on, but why not? Because that's not an answer. Well, no is an answer, and I believe I've said that several times. Come on, Lily, we need to annoy Snape. You carried on just fine without me for 5 years. You can do it for a few more. It's really only been 4.5.
I love them.
Does that really make much of a difference? This is beside the point. Lily sighed. Why do you have to pull this prank in Hogsmeade anyway? Because it will be more fun that way. Look, my answer is still no. Can't I at least get an explanation? Lily sighed and looked very much as though she regretted telling him, but she decided to tell him anyway. Look, if you must know, I'm going to Hogsmeade with Amos Diggory our next weekend there, and I can't be bothered with anything else. James's mouth dropped open. You're what? Can we please not talk about this? Lily asked, blushing. You wanted to know why. I gave you an answer. Let's just leave it there. Does Melody know about this? Why should it matter? Because it does. Why? Does she have something against Amos Diggory? No, but she'd be mad if she heard it from me instead of you. Lily gasped. James, you wouldn't. James got an evil grin on his face. Wouldn't I? James, you promised no more pranks. It's not a prank, just a little talk, that's all. James! Well, Melody's going to want to know why you said no too, and I have no reason to keep it from her. However, if you said yes, there'd be no reason to tell anybody. Lily's mouth dropped open. James, that's blackmail. I like to think of it as effective persuasion. Lily glared at him. You wouldn't. Well, James got a look on his face as though he wasn't really too sure he'd keep her secret. Lily's eyes bugged out. James, I trusted you. You can't go doing this to me. That's not fair. I thought you were a nice person. What happened to the person I was talking to on the rooftop the other day? Lily went on and on. James realized that maybe he had gone too far. Lily, he began, but she didn't hear him. She was still yelling at him. And if she did hear him, she was doing a very good job of ignoring him. Lily, he began several more times, but she wasn't having it. Lily, shut up! He finally yelled. No, I won't shut up. You listen to me, she yelled right back and kept going. James sighed, annoyed, and was torn between slapping her and doing something else that he seemed to have the urge to do a lot when he was around her. After several seconds of debate, he gave in to this urge. James grabbed Lily and kissed her mid-sentence.
Woo-hoo!
Lily was right in the middle of yelling at James when he did something terribly unexpected. He kissed her. She wasn't quite sure what to do. Her eyes were wide, and she was so shocked that for a moment she couldn't move. Her heart was hammering hard against her chest. Before she knew what she was doing, she started to lean into the kiss. Her eyes slowly closed, and her arms were wrapping themselves around his neck. Then, quite suddenly, she came crashing down to earth and realized what she was doing. She pushed away from James as quickly as she could, and without even thinking about it, she slapped him across the face. James looked stunned. He rubbed his cheek and looked as though he couldn't quite believe what either of them had just done. How dare you? After I just told you about Amos, James, I can't believe you, she yelled, furious. If you tell anyone about this, you are dead, she threatened. Then she turned and stalked out of the deserted classroom. James had begged to talk to her about the plan in. God, he was so annoying. You're not going to be mad at him forever, are you? Melody asked. Maybe. What'd he do? Mimi asked, but Lily shook her head. I'm not telling you, and he's not telling anybody else either, or I will kill him.
Hoo-hoo.
Mimi and Melody exchanged looks. Okay then, Melody said, but I really wish you'd tell us what's going on. Lily sighed. I know, but it's complicated. Well, how complicated is it? Mimi asked.
He kissed you, and you kissed him back and then slapped him in the face. That's pretty complicated.
Yeah.
And then stormed out.
Very complicated.
Whew. It's getting spicy.
Very. So what? Why didn't you just explain it to us? We're your best friends. We'll understand, Melody chided, filing a nail. Yeah, Lil, what's the big deal? Mimi added. The big deal? Nothing. You'll just hang it over my head forever. Hang what over your head? Melody looked about ready to explode. Lily never kept secrets from her. A girl's entitled to her secrets, Lily said. But I'm your best friend. I have to know, Melody whined. Lily sighed again. You know, this is all James's fault, she complained. But how? Mimi and Melody asked. Lily just groaned. Hello, Ravenclaws. Melody stood up and waved across the great hall at the Ravenclaw table. There were only 5 Ravenclaws staying over the holiday. Lily, Mimi, and 3 second years they didn't really know. The Slytherin table was quite empty as well, but there was a significant number of Hufflepuffs and Gryffindors. Hello, Gryffindors, Mimi said, waving back. Lily smiled. Hello, Melody, she called. Come over here, Melody yelled. No, that's okay, thanks, Lily yelled back. You don't have to sit by James, Melody yelled. Lily's face went rather red. We're coming over, she yelled back. Before Melody had a chance to yell, great, they heard a fork clatter onto a plate and the impatient scrape of someone's chair at the high table. Honestly, McGonagall said, standing up, all of the Great Hall need not hear your conversations. 10 points each from Gryffindor and Ravenclaw, and that will be quite enough yelling for one day. This made Lily's face go rather redder. But Melody just waved at her head of house and yelled, Cheers, Professor, which got laughter out of everyone and caused the professors to look quite exasperated, but not enough for her to take off any more points. So how's it going, old chum? Melody asked once Lily got there. Why must you humiliate me? Lily asked. Why? Oh, do cheer up. Come and have breakfast with us. So Lily and Mimi sat down. Lily as far away from James as possible, and quite enjoyed pleasant breakfast with the Gryffindors. Well, it was pleasant, at least, until the meal was over. They were all walking out of the great hall when Mimi stopped suddenly and shrieked, "Mistletoe!" Everyone looked up, and there were Melody and Sirius standing under the mistletoe. They both stared, blushing, and managed a quick peck on the lips. It was quite unusual for either of them to be shy, and it made the mistletoe all the more interesting. Mimi and Remus paraded under the mistletoe, and Mimi kissed Remus shamelessly. Lily, Peter, and James all avoided the mistletoe, and much to the disappointment of their friends. Lily just stuck out her tongue at them and laughed. They all started walking up the stairs, chattering animatedly. Lily was just sighing relief that she hadn't ended up under the mistletoe with James when she heard Mimi yell the horrible word. "Mistletoe!" she cried, and Lily stopped dead, slowly looking over her head, and with a sick lurch in her stomach saw the horrible plant hanging right above her. Looking back down, she saw her worst fears coming true. James was standing right across from her. "Come on, kiss!" Sirius yelled, looking quite eager to humiliate his best friend. "They are cruel," Lily muttered. James, who had heard her, smiled. "Yep," he muttered back, and Lily barely caught it, but she heard it nonetheless. And she didn't look at him. "What are you waiting for?" Mimi asked. Lily glared at her. "Come on, what's the harm in a little kiss?" Remus chided. "You'd be surprised," James muttered. "Just kiss her, dimwit," Melody laughed. Lily wondered if they hadn't set this all up on purpose.
Of course they did.
"Last time I tried that, she slapped me," James said, giving Lily a look sideways.
Oh, James just totally dropped the ball.
Eyebrows were raised, and Lily's mouth dropped open. Did he really just, out of the blue? Suddenly she was furious. She reacted bad in situations like this. Her brain never functioned on a good level. As a result, she did the only thing she could think of. She slapped him across the face. "Like that," James said, massaging as she stalked away.
Oh, snap.
The end of the Christmas chapter.
Woo! Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Lots have happened. A lot happened in that back half.
Yeah.
We got several smooches and 2 slaps.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like would have been pissed at James, but I don't know if I would have slapped him. I think I would have just turned around and walked away. But I might have slapped him since I already did.
Probably definitely the first time. Don't know about the second time.
See, I don't know if I would have slapped him the first time because I leaned into the kiss. I think I would have just been like, "Ah!" and then I ran away.
Maybe.
But I feel like if I was going to slap, it would have been on that second time. Granted, though, he wouldn't have been able to say, "Last time I tried that, she slapped me."
True, which definitely would have not then resulted in her slapping him.
Right, I think it would have been more like, "Last time I tried that, she screamed and ran away."
Yes.
Interesting. Lots have happened. Well, I think that's where we'll leave you guys for this week.
We'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much for joining us on our journey through the trap door.
Please leave us a review on Facebook or iTunes. It would literally mean the world to us.
It really would.
You can find us on Facebook and Instagram at Through the Trapdoor 16 or on Twitter at The Trapdoor.
And please send us an email at throughthetrapdoor16@gmail.com with any story suggestions. And as always, join us again next Saturday as we travel through the trapdoor.